Hello everyone, welcome to my first video and also my first reading vlog. It is currently 20 to 12, which means that Becca's Bookopolathon, which is a 48-hour readathon happening over this weekend, starts in 20 minutes. So I'm quickly going to tell you about the book that I'm going to be reading for the first prompt, and then I will go get ready for bed in order to start reading at midnight. So the first set of prompts is to either read a paranormal / magical realism or a chance card. I was originally going to do a chance card, but I realised the book that I started earlier today is actually a paranormal fantasy, so I can read that instead. So the first book that I'm going to be reading this weekend is These Witches Don't Burn by Isabel Sterling. This is a YA fantasy that has paranormal aspects because two of our main characters are witches. So in this we follow our main character Hannah, who is a witch, and she has to team up with her ex-girlfriend Veronica, who's also a witch, to stop the evil blood witch which is terrorizing their town of Salem, Massachusetts. However, while also fighting this evil witch, Hannah, our main character, has to try and get the girl because she has a crush on the new girl in town, Morgan. So I am currently on page 97 of this, so I still have the majority of it to go. Goodreads says I am 30% of the way through, so I'll be reading most of this during the readathon, which means it counts. Becca did say that as long as you finish the book during the readathon, then it's all fine. So I will obviously be finishing this during the readathon. So, yay. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly tell you that's the book I was going to be reading, and I will probably see you in the morning so I can give you a bit of an update of how much I read tonight. I'm definitely not going to be staying up too late because I'm definitely not a night owl. I always fall asleep, like not early, but I can't stay awake past like 2 o'clock in the morning. I just can't do it. And I don't know why. So yeah, I'll probably read for about like a maximum of like an hour. I'm probably going to read and then I will go to bed. So I will update you in the morning. Hello everyone, it is almost midday. The next set of prompts is released in 10 minutes. However, I'm just about to go into town, so I'm not going to be able to tell you what my next book is for a few hours. I just wanted to give you an update on These Witches Don't Burn. I'm up to page 202, which means I have just under 120 pages left. So yeah, I probably have like 3 hours of the audiobook left, and I listen on times 2 speed, so about an hour and a half of reading time to finish this book. So I'm definitely going to be able to finish this today, and yeah, I will update you later on when I have looked at the prompts and picked a book and when I get back from town. Hi guys, so it is now much later. It is 10 to 5 almost, so I'm going to give you a reading update. I have not read much since I last updated you because I obviously was out of the house, and then when I got home I was starting to edit this vlog. So I've been listening to a bit of the audiobook but not much, so I am up to page 219 of These Witches Don't Burn, so I'm definitely going to focus on reading and finishing this after I filmed this clip. But as I mentioned, the second set of roles was just about to be announced when I left the house, and the two prompts were to read a culturally diverse book or to read a recommendation. I decided to put a poll on Twitter and it got retweeted by Becca, and the book that won with over 48% of the votes was A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. And I'm really excited that this book has been picked, because I don't actually think I've mentioned it in this video, but I'm also partaking in Detectathon. It started on the 6th and it ends on the 19th, so it's been the past week and it's next week, and this book is on my TBR to read a book containing secrets because it's a mystery. So I'm very excited that I can get to this. One, because I am really excited to read it, and two, because obviously it's taking a book off of my Detectathon TBR as well, which I'm really happy about. These Witches Don't Burn was also on my Detectathon TBR, so I'm having a very good weekend of checking books off of my TBR, so I'm very, very happy. This is a YA mystery in which we follow our main character Pippa, who has always had a funny feeling about a murder that happened in the town where she lives a few years prior. Someone has been convicted and charged with this murder, but she doesn't think that they did it. So as her final year project in school, she decides to investigate this case, and her project is going to be on this case. However, as she starts to dive deeper into the investigation, she notices things that are kind of wrong, or like she uncovers new evidence or something. The thing that really draws me to this book is the final sentence of the synopsis, which says, "And if the real killer is still out there, how far will they go to keep Pip from the truth?" Which just sounds so amazing. I love a good YA mystery, and I've been really looking for a book to fill the truly devious shaped hole that is left in my heart. So yeah, I'm very excited to get started with that book, but obviously first I need to finish These Witches Don't Burn. So it is now just past 7 o'clock and I have finished These Witches Don't Burn by Isabel Sterling, my first read of the weekend. I thought this was a really enjoyable read. It was relatively light and happy. It was very well written, and it was overall just a lot of fun and very easy to get through. I really liked the characters. I was genuinely upset when it was like the big reveal and like the final plot twist. I was genuinely upset because I really liked that character. I really liked all of the characters. But yeah, I think I'm going to give it a 4-star rating, because even though it was really good, it was written as a contemporary and it read like a contemporary, even though it is marketed as a fantasy. And even though, yes, technically it is a fantasy, it was more of a contemporary with fantasy elements rather than a soul fantasy like I was kind of expecting. But I still had a really fun time and I really enjoyed it, and I do recommend that you pick this up because it was a lot of fun. My plan for the next like half an hour or so is to catch up on book reviews. So yeah, I just have this notebook where I write down book reviews, and I am quite far behind on my reviews. I have now 4 books I have to write reviews for, which I have finished over the past 2 weeks, I think. So that's what I'm about to do now. It is Saturday, which means it's film night in my house. So yeah, when food is ready, I will be going downstairs and watching a film with my parents. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to start A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I'm hoping it will be soon though. So yeah, I just wanted to come and tell you my thoughts about that book, and now I've done that.
Okay, it is Sunday, it's just past 7:10, and I have had a very dismal reading day. I've read about 40 pages today and I'm now up to page 130 of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I'm definitely not going to be finishing that today, but that's okay. I'm a little bit disappointed I have only completed one book for this readathon. However, the fourth set of prompts was released and one of those was to read a YA fantasy. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up The Pale Dreamer, which is a prequel novella to The Bun Season by Samantha Shannon, which is her YA fantasy slash dystopia series, which I've been really looking forward to starting. The Bun Season is on my TBR for the reading rush, so I will be getting to it not next week, the week after. But yeah, Samantha Shannon did post a photo on Instagram yesterday saying the reading order for this series, and it did to start with The Pale Dreamer because it is set 3 years before The Bone Season. So I'm going to be starting that. I'm going to be reading that. I'm going to start it now, and then I'm going to continue it later on after I've eaten my food, which is going to be ready in about half an hour. Honestly, I'm going to be 100% real with you guys if you are watching this video. I have kind of struggled to film this video because obviously vlogging is so new to me. This is my first YouTube video. It's a bit all over the place. I'm still quite embarrassed to sit in front of a camera and just talk to the camera when my parents are around. So it's really difficult to try and film because I just want to be on my own and just have no one around to listen, which is just really difficult. And yeah, just getting footage and stuff like that has just been quite difficult because I don't want my parents to see because I'm slightly embarrassed by it because it is so new. I will update you at the end of the readathon just after midnight so we can recap, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I will have read The Pale Dreamer. I'm not sure how long it is, but given that it's a novella, it should be less than 200 pages, so I should be able to read it today. I'm hoping I can read it today and then hopefully be able to get up to like the 200 page mark of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. We're just gonna have to wait and see, so I'll see you later. It is now Monday. The readathon has ended. I know I said I was going to update you just after midnight, but I was really tired, so I decided I was just going to do it in the morning. So with 7 minutes to spare, I finished The Pale Dreamer by Samantha Shannon. I thought it was enjoyable, but there was definitely no real world building or real character development or anything like that because obviously it was a 93-page novella. It's not going to have tons and tons of detail because there just isn't space. So I'm going to give it a 3-star rating on Goodreads because I had a fun time. I'm excited to carry on with this series, but I can't really give it any more because it didn't really give me any information. I ended up not reading any more of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, so I'm still on page 130 of that. So, recap of the entire weekend, I read all of These Witches Don't Burn, which is 320 pages, and then the 93 pages of The Pale Dreamer, and then 130 pages of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So that is like 540 pages, which it definitely could have been higher, but I'm still relatively pleased with that. I'm not really mad about it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reading vlog. I know I definitely had a fun time filming it, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!